check something. Okay, we should be good. We should be fantabulous. Sensational. Okay. Probably bring that down a bit. I don't know. Ta-da! Alright, back to what I was doing. Just trying to figure out how to draw. Ah, shit. There we go. Draw this type of pose. I forgot to erase the little shading I did here when I merged layers, which that was a freaking mistake, mate. Whatever, let's do this. Now take it back. Wow, how far back did it go? And that's the extent. Well, looks like I gotta do it the manual way. I should have kept everything as a layer, but I did not. Let's do it again. Oh my goodness. More importantly, I'm really trying to figure out if I have this lined up properly. Also, I think this forearm is a bit small, especially compared to this over here. And I feel like this, should be like more so over here. Right now, I'm just positioning stuff. Hold on a minute. Which layer is that on? Cool. Aha. That's why we have layers. Anyway. Okay. Now I need to look up reference. I need to look up the reference for how exactly to draw a hand like that. Believe it or not, so far I have not found a good enough reference, and I don't even know how I'm going to... You know what? Let's see if I can just make it myself. This will be fun. apologize for the creakiness of my chair as usual. I need something. I don't know, something that's like... I don't have a remote anywhere. Great. I didn't think about this part. Let's do this. It's a video game controller. Cool. So if I was facing that way. Okay, there should be a timer on this, right? Oh, there is. Nice. Okay. And now we have proper reference. For what I'm going for, I might need to turn a little bit more. Just a wee bit more. Alright. Honestly, I'm going to turn this music down just a tad bit here, because, at least for me. Yeah, anyway. This is good. Okay. Taking picture. And I looked at the screen. Oh my god. Okay. See how that looks. Yeah, I need to take another one. Ah. I think I'm just gonna start being like, you know what? I have an idea for what I want to draw, and then I'm gonna take a picture of whatever that, like, whatever pose it's gonna be in, and then I'll start drawing. Because now I run into the problem of, like, now I'm trying to find the right angle that I have, you know, not Snake here sitting at. So there is that. Oh boy, let's see here. The camera's right here. Go this way. This should be good. Sure, I'll roll this one. Let's see here. Okay, let's begin with this guy. Move that over just a tad bit. As far as this goes. Be more so like that. As far as the arm goes, I basically had it in a good spot. It just needs to be a bit more. How about this? I'll just do it like this. Why not? Let's do that for now. Draw that line to represent elbow. That is like the most squared elbow ever. The thing's a hammer, just ding! He did some Muay Thai shit, just flop! Gone. GG. There is an indent in the enemy's head there. If he hits anybody with that. Alright. Looks a whole lot better, but now I just don't like how square that is. It's bothering the shit out of me. Let's just do that. That'll be fine. And, yeah. You know. Pretty cool. As far as the hands go. Let me just erase this other one, because there's a lot of lines here. It's starting to mess me up. I'll just redo the gun as well. a better idea as to what I want. Alright. So we have... I'm gonna do it like that. Not enough. Alright, why am I doing all this detail? Let's just block it out first. No, phone, don't go to sleep on me. Get that going that way, and then we have this going this way. Right there. Maybe that should be a bit bigger. Something like that. So now let's just draw. The gun first or the hand? The second hand first, let's see. Hit second hand. A sip of coffee. There we go. Let's do man holding pistol. Whatever. What this? Let's look at this. Images. Snake eater. Let's see here. Yeah, I knew we used the M1911. Let's go. Cool. So. Trying to draw him holding a M1911. Oh boy. I'll worry about the details later. Besides, I'm still just mapping out things. Okay. Ignore detail. Okay. And sure. Cool. I can actually pull up the stream again. Cool. I think for this stream I'm going to, after Snake, I'm going to draw Sam Fisher, and then, well, you'll see. You'll see who's next. You'll see who's next. I don't want to spoil everything, but but if you like your stealthy fantasy, stealthy fantasy, espionage-esque characters from movies and games and all that good jazz, you'll know exactly who I'm gonna be making, and maybe a couple that you might not, might not expect, I'd say. But yeah, the world may never know. I'm just checking something real quick. I haven't configured my YouTube to like give me like, you know, the chats of what comes through or what have you, so I haven't. I mean, my OBS to show me the chats that are coming through YouTube. So I'm using my phone at the moment. So yeah. So, next part. Back to my reference here. Just took a picture of myself. Now, I don't want to mess with the first, like, not hand that I just did, so I kind of want to... And now I think about it, this is not in the same... I'll have to fix that later, but... you see what I mean? Like this hand is kind of going like this way. If that makes any sense. Like, the angle is like this. Versus the pistol here going more like this. And I'm going to have to correct that in a bit. But before I do, I really want to get this other hand here. Let's see. I'm basically doing oven mitts for the hands, just to help me landmark things. I'm also gonna title this layer freaking other hand, because I really don't want to mess up this. I like this oven mitt. It's not a bad oven mitt. I'll take it. Or honestly, just kind of like a Majin Buu hand, you know, how it just has like those other fingers just glued into one, and it has the thumb and the one finger exposed. I think that's how Majin Buu had their shit going in Dragon Ball. But yeah, that's how I'm doing it for now. Before I start, you know, trying to add details. Also, I'm going to turn the opacity of this down a bit so I can see what I'm doing with the other hand. Is that old saying about don't let the other hand see what the other hand is doing? Well, guess what? The other hand is going to be doing what the... whatever, I don't know. There's a joke there. I just don't have the capacity to make it. And these are supposed to be for the, like, when the fingers, like, curve around that part of the hand. Because for my reference, I have this. It's like, those are the tips of the fingers, you know, and then it's that, and then it's like that. So that's how I've been holding, that's how I'm holding it in the reference. I'd add it to here, but it's like, I just don't feel like, just don't feel like doing all that hassle just to, like, put it on my computer, then put it, you know, up here for y'all to see. It's just more extra steps, and I kind of just want to get to the drawing part. So, yeah. It's the main thing here. Anywho. So, we have oven mitt. I'm making oven mitt. Gonna really do... Okay, let's scroll down a bit. And then we have... this kind of goes like, yeah. There's that. The thumb is over. Thumb is over here. so I didn't even make this big enough, honestly. Let's just go back over here. Because why not? Maybe I should make that just a tad bit larger. Just a tad. Not by much. That's fine. Also, I need to do something up here. Actually, you know what? Let's just do that later. Now I can go ahead and draw the forearm. Actually, probably just gonna have it be like right here-ish. Because that just makes more sense. Because why not? Oh god. Oh god. Let's go ahead and get rid of that shit. Get rid of that. Hell yeah. I like it so far. What do you think? Minimize this one, and I'm going to get rid of some overlapping bits. Yeah. There we go. Oh. Okay. So now I'm going to do the finger. That's a lot of line there. shading. Sometimes I'll just, like, start shading randomly when something doesn't immediately look good. I'm just like, oh, I gotta make this... yeah, you know? It's just like, I just gotta make it look good. I have to remind myself to chill. This is not the time to... It's not the time to shade. It's the time to landmark things. Make sure I have what I want out of this pose. Make sure I have what I want. Yeah. Shit. I think I know what I'm going for. So that is a problem. So as you can see, drawing hands for me is very it is a challenge. It is a challenge for me, as I'm sure it's a challenge for everybody, but it's definitely a challenge for me. I mean, albeit I'm still in the process of learning how to draw effectively. But it's like learning how to draw and actually like attempting, like challenging myself to like do this type of project is really cool. Like I actually feel quite invigorated trying to achieve this. From some of my favorite characters in fiction, just drawing them in like cool ways and such. Probably wouldn't be that time now. Let's do that. Let's do... I just had to take it with this freaking glare, didn't I? That's what I got right now. If it didn't go that way. I feel like that makes a lot more sense. And then just don't like this line here though. Shit. Buddy! No. Where is it? Is that from this one? It is. it is. So with this here, I could absolutely, you know, highlight this form a bit more with the shading, and then it would make a lot more sense that way, right? Maybe I could also add this line as like further definition. We're trying to figure out how to communicate that this is like the bottom part of this finger, you know, and it's shaded, and you can't really see it that well. Same thing with this guy, and this is like very shaded because it's like, you know, like let's say the light source is coming from like here-ish, right? What does the sun see? And it sees, you know, that side, maybe some bounce light on some of these things, so it just wouldn't be that vibrant, but it would have a little bit of this. But this would absolutely just be darker, right? So stuff like that I'm thinking about as well. I'm still just playing with this to see how that could look, how that would look. I think I really just need to just shade that area. But as far as this one goes, so if it's going to do that, so wouldn't that make this go like this then? Do it like that or something? Could. I mean, it's coming together, you know. It's coming there together. You know, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just gonna check to see how much time I have left in this little video of music. I don't want it to like autoplay to something else that's like copyrighted, and it's like, oh no, I gotta put out that fire. Okay. So, alright, let's just go ahead and go to the other hand. I mean, this looks kind of cool already. This looks kind of cool to me. But there's just, that's kind of bothering me a bit. Maybe a less serious type of line. Also, these lines are kind of a bit kind of weird. Oh shit, I have 2 likes on this video. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I feel like with this, I would go more intense with the line description up here, like, you know, that thickness right there in the corner, and then it would just thin out a bit. And kind of, you know what I mean? Like let me just make like one of these, right? and then like reinforce the back of it. Then take this, do that again, but do the same thing on the opposite side, but like more prominent lines to like tell you about the bending of the bottom of the fingies here, of the fingy. You know, something like that. I think so. Yeah, something like this. I also think I'm gonna have to change the... What the fuck? Oh. I also think I'm gonna have to change the... Like, I kicked the wire under my desk. My wire management is not the... my cable management is not the best. Anyway, as I was saying. I already know I'm gonna have to change the perspective of the gun at some point. But yeah. Moving right along. Now, I'll put you to that, and then I'll put you back to this, and then I will zoom in, then I will figure out how exactly I got this one thing. How exactly I draw this hand. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we have... I'm trying to do that much detail right now. Just trying to... essentially make this, like, visually legible. If that makes any kind of sense. Yeah. Now I will do this. Actually, no, I won't do this. Sure. There we go. Yeah, sure. I'll just build off of this. And we have. And alright, cool. Make sure I did that correctly. Don't want to make the mistake of accidentally adding more joints to the hand, to the fingers. I think I've done that like once before, and I was like, what? How did I do this? How could I? Am I an AI? Maybe I'm a bit too close. Cool. Oh boy. Maybe I should do this on a different layer. Because these thick lines are kind of getting in my way. It's because I had the right idea. Okay. gonna landmark this first. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And then... Okay. So, let us begin with the pinky. One, two, alright, and then it would pretty much stop about there. Okay. You see that? Goes past. Oh, okay. So, so wouldn't that mean? Okay. So kind of, okay, so this... So if I were to spread these out just a bit more, that would just make more sense, I guess. Like right there. Because what I'm running into now is the spacing of the knuckles. Something like right there. Maybe for this guy. Just no. Get back over there. Cool. Something like this. Something like that. Okay. All right. Cool. So to draw that part, it would be kind of like that, and more prominent part of that, and then you would have this one being like this, right? Before we get to the next set. Hands. Hands. Why are you so typical? So I feel like this is a lot better. Okay. And then for this guy, we actually have something quite different. So we have a little split here. So there's a part where I'm like where that part is like this, a little V, right? But that's going in there. Showing you some depth, right? And that goes into that. Jesus Christ, goes into that finger, and this one goes like this. Also, why did I put this here? I'm confused. Oh god. Do it again! Hands. Okay. I've already established this. That's an index finger. Start of it. Can't give up. Gotta keep going. Can't give up. Gotta keep going. What if I were just to map out the middle finger first? Then index finger knuckle. And since this is in a very interesting place, we do that. Helps that guy. Yeah. Didn't mean to make it that crazy. And then we point this guy back over here. Then we have that, essentially. And then we have this finger going right there. I don't want to get the curvature wrong either. Okay. Pretty much that. I just realized I'm not actually recording those. Sad face. Also for these characters, I'm also just doing the torsos. Okay, now I feel like I'm getting somewhere. Right, and so we're gonna have maybe that could be just a tad bit lower. This one's gonna be like that because I think it's supposed to be, yeah. So, okay, I might have this. I'm gonna start from this middle finger here. Okay. Get this. Let's see what I'm doing. Not bad. So that's a part, and then landmark that part. didn't come out enough. So I think more so like that, and then what this? This ought to help a bit. I'm so on the right track. I don't think it's quite there yet, but oh, I'm so on the right track. So if I were to think about this in simple terms, so let's do it like this for the pinky. And then bring it home. So, I think, I feel like I did a lot better. I just don't think that this one is that good. I'm definitely on the right track. I'm definitely on the right track. Alright, so let's approach it from a different way. So maybe, just maybe, I'm just taking the reference a bit too literally. See, that's a good start. See, look at that. See? Yeah, she. You know, it's just that this is a long-ass pinky. If anything, it should be a cutoff point here, and then, you know, I think, right? Something like that. And it wouldn't be this thick either. But yeah, and that's just for like the little area. But I'm definitely on the right track here. Excuse me. So let's give this another shot. So now I'm going to try to do this in a simplistic way. What do I mean by that? I mean, like, since it's already have the oven mitt, essentially. God, that's a terrible thumb. Whatever. Bear with me. Whatever. I'm talking about, like, you know, just doing this. Some very simplistic and style. Like, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that'll work. How much time do I have left on this video? Okay. So, man, learning how to draw hands is something. Let's try this again. Wasn't crooked either. Maybe that would help. Doing this will let me know how wide I need to make it. This is also highlighting. So if I were to give myself a guideline here, that's the middle line of this. Ooh, hand cramp. Great. Ugh. Hand cramp. Hand cramps. Hand cramps. Oh no. My hand was cramping. Oh no. Had to take a pause. My hand was cramping. Oh no. Okay, we're back from hand cramp. Nah, I don't like that line too much, but whatever. That's just to show me what I'm looking at, that line. Alright, and we have... What do I see? What do I see? How is that? No? Okay, hold on. Is that at a different level? It would be... a bit closer. I'm getting closer. Have you guys seen that freaking video? That one Canadian dude chasing that home invader out of his house? Dude ran out, slips and falls, he runs in. I'm gonna get you! What's up, motherfucker? What's up? Mans was just only in his underwear. It's snowing and ice outside, chasing after this guy, butt naked. Talk about some, what's up, motherfucker? What's up? And the way he enunciated, motherfucker, like it was so funny. I thought this guy... Like, I thought this guy was so fucking, like... This guy was just pretending to be sane in a society. Had to be. Like, you know you messed up when you hear somebody voice crack unintentionally. I don't even know if that's a voice crack. I think that's really just, like, part of the guy's accent. But, like, that dude chased him down, talk about, so you're getting it. I'm getting closer. Where you going? Oh my goodness, man. So funny. Oh, that was so funny, man. I don't think I have that knuckle right at all. I really? You know what? Yeah, I should have been over a bit more. Where's my reference? Starscream! I'm like looking at this to the side when I could just do this. Out here bending my neck and whatnot. Starscream. I think I have this knuckle correct. I'd like to think so. That's not how that works. Hold on a minute. Whatever. This, if that's the case, then this should be over here a bit more. Right? Right. Just a wee bit. It's looking pretty solid in my opinion. Okay. Excuse me. It's in the wrong spot. Yeah, that's how it should have been. Yeah. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Yeah. Yeah, we fucking got it. That is, I think. Let me just step back for a second after, watch me, like, draw this line, be so proud of it, just to look back, just to, like, you know, zoom out and be like, man, this kind of looks ass. Alright, so it's... Yeah. Huh. Oh, actually, that looks kind of good. It's just smaller than the original model that I made, but... Sure. I can work with it. I kind of like it. Let's put the thumb on there, though. What a thumb do? What the dog doing? So I'm going to follow more closely to the original model I made, which the thumb was kind of like over this finger. Yeah. It was something like this, right? It's pretty sick, dude. It's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty sick. Just gonna take the other hand and slice it. There we go. Wow, that looks good. What do you guys think? Does that look good? Does that look good? Me think it looked good. That's pretty solid, actually. Wow. Okay. I just have to draw something for this. For the other, not the other hand. The other hand. The other hand of the other hand. The handy one. And you know, there we go. Cooking with fucking grease. And I'm gonna stretch my legs. Intermission for a quick second. All right. This actually doesn't look bad. I think I'm just gonna make this connect better. And here got some stuff. Okay. So about this, yeah. So let's go ahead and let's just get rid of that. Naturally, the other one would be like over here, wouldn't it? From here to like, and then you just get very shaded right there or something. Right? Something like that. Still looking at this reference. Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm looking at. Am I looking at that there, and then there's... It's just more shaded, but that one's less shaded. Okay. So... I feel as though, okay. Here we go. I'm sitting here thinking to myself that I could do this. Actually, no. Okay, so if I'm gonna start doing that, let me just make another layer for like. So that I don't do the same mistake that I did freaking here and just shade on the sketch layer. I just need this to tell me what I'm looking at. That's cool. I think that works. Because I'm really just trying to say, like, yeah, there's a finger there. Don't you worry. There is, in fact, a finger there. I will also... This looks so square. Like this one finger compared to all that depth of volume. And this is the reason why forms matter right here. It's like, I knew it mattered, but like, now I understand even more just from doing this little bit here, how much it matters to like explain the form of what you're looking at with the values. You know? Because this right here tells me, oh, this is a rounded surface. Look at the lines that are going like this. Right? Instead of like straight lines. Gradually, no. It is a straight up, something like that. It tells me it is a curved surface. Not much light's getting in there, obviously. And it's under something. But some light is getting in to, like, you know, have you see a little bit of this or whatever. So not as prominent. And this right here I haven't done anything with, and it just looks so square. It just looks so blocky, this index finger. Especially compared to the other, like, if I were to do the same thing to like these, okay. Okay, light source coming from that direction, from the same area. Light source, whatever, cool, awesome. I mean, thanks to the gun, you're probably not going to see much over here, much light hitting this area anyway, but still, it's like, you know, from here, just real quick, you know, and you're really not seeing any light from here. I'm gonna make that line a bit bolder so that you know it's not just part of the shading, it's a joint there. You see what I mean? Like, yeah, this makes so much, it makes so much sense. It's also letting, like I said, it's also letting me know these are rounded. This is a rounded shape, and not much light's getting in here either, but you still see I'm doing these curved little lines, highlighting that, yes, this is, in fact, not only is not much light hitting this area, but it is a rounded shape. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay. What was I gonna do? I think to fix this, what I could do is not that one. Yeah, to fix this, what I could do is this. And like not have this be such an intense line. You know. Not even that was that dark, but... In my reference, it was not that dark in there. It was just a normal type of... I'd put some... Cool. Let's go back to shading. I'll keep that on that shading layer. Whatever, I'm just gonna placeholder it. I'll just give it some tone. So it's like, yeah, you know that that's something different. Maybe double up on these lines a bit. What is this sharp line doing here for? I'm about to say, if that's the width of this finger compared to this big ass finger, that's a tiny ass finger. So I need to fix that shit. That's not that one. That is probably layer 6, isn't it? No, that is arms layer? Arms layer. Thank God I have it on another layer at least. So, yeah. Yeah, like why did I think, okay, let's put this little line here to show you that that's like one of the knuckle creases, and then just go like freaking tiny finger compared to a big brolic man finger from Soviet Russia. You know, that was a little crazy. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, so far so good. Honestly, I think I can make this hand a bit larger. So, yeah, scale and rotate. Now that looks a lot better. Wow. Wow. That's pretty cool. That is pretty damn cool. What do you guys think? Oh, let's see here. To also highlight that part is like... part of that other finger in there. This part of this finger. Yeah, dude. Look at that. Look at that shit, man. Look at that shit. Yeah. Yeah, dude, this is cool. This is cool as hell. Yeah, get rid of that guy real quick. Boom. Any more overlaps? Any more overlapping? A little bit of this. Yeah, this is sick. This is so cool, man. Oh, man. You know what's crazy? When you go into an art project thinking to yourself, man, it's gonna be the hardest shit ever. Man, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna pull this shit off. And then, like, you're just stressing about it the whole initial however long, couple minutes, couple hours, whatever. And then you're just like, all right, I gotta go for this thing. And then you actually just start putting, pencil to paper, pen to canvas, brush to canvas, digital pen to digital canvas, and you just start going, and then you run into a snag, and you're just like, man, fuck, this is exactly what I was thinking. Like, here we go. Here's the mountain. Here's the barrier right here. Oh man, how am I gonna do? And then you start looking up ways. You shift into looking up ways how to overcome it. And I feel like at that fork in the road, once you meet that barrier, that blockade, that challenge, you're at a fork in the road, and you're going to decide either A, give up, or B, let's see what I can learn about, like, how can I do this anyway? Like, I know that I can't right now, but how can I do it? How can I do this? And you start learning, looking up reference, you start doing research. How do other people do it? And then you amalgamate all that in your brain. It processes all that, and you just do it. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then you actually have the finished product right there. Like, hey, you overcame this obstacle. Nice. It's like beating that one boss in Dark Souls that, like, tormented the shit out of you at the beginning on your, like, first run. For a lot of people, it's like Capra Demon. You're just like, man, why are there two dogs here? Why is this enclosed space? Why does he have two swords? Why is he so fast? And then you just figure out how to overcome that to that near impossible challenge, and you dominate and you win. Like, that is an unbeatable feeling. Especially when a lot of people, like, call that boss, like, the noob killer, or in real life terms, it's like, the turning point, that turning point challenge, and you're just like, you overcome that. Oh, it's such a great, amazing feeling. Look at that, man. Look at that. I did the thing. Wow. I did the thing. Doing a bit of shading here. I gotta fix this gun, though. If anything, it should be... I'm using my mouse right now. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Cool. Would be skewer to store. Let's try to store it first. Oh, distort. Yeah, let's distort. And that's all my coffee. There and here. Let me move this back just a tad. So he's actually holding something, not just like the edge of it. Let's see. Yeah, so this looks already better, yeah. I just gotta correct. Yeah, that looks better. I just gotta correct this. I should have grabbed the whole thing, huh? Distort. Put you over there. Confusion. I now have to fix that. I gotta fix the finger too. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. I think I'm going to take a streaming break right here. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye!